So we are in OpenStax Statistics Chapter 10, and we're looking at an example where we're testing differences in online versus face-to-face classes. You can always access the OpenStax textbook. If you look in the description of the video, you can find a link. And the Excel workbook you're about to see me work out of, you can access that for free at divideandconquermath.com. Just go to the OpenStax Statistics section. So a professor at a large community college wanted to determine whether there is a difference in the means of the final exam scores between students who took his statistics course online versus those who took the face-to-face class. He believed that the mean of the final exam scores for the online class would be lower than that of the face-to-face class. So was the professor correct? And so we have randomly selected 30 final exam scores from each group in this spreadsheet, and we want to know, is the mean of the final exam scores of the online class actually lower than the final exam scores of the face-to-face class? And we're going to test at 5% significance. So since the online classes are listed first, I'm going to just denote those with the 1, and the face-to-face class is going to be denoted with the 2. So we want to show whether these scores are lower than these scores. So since this is group 1, we want to show that group 1 is lower than group 2. So that's what I want for my alternative hypothesis. And so then I can back into what I need my null hypothesis to be based off of that. Now, per usual, I always note this on the Excel spreadsheet just for the video. If I were doing this actually on my own, I would have this written out as well as some of the other details that I'm about to show you guys. Okay, so in this case, when we are testing everything, so we want to organize our data. So I'm going to have group 1 and group 2. And so let's see. So I'm going to have my n, my mean, and my standard deviation. And it looks like for both of these, so if I select this data, I can see here, so remember Excel always does these auto calculations. I can see here the count is 30. So the count for both of these is 30. And so now I have to compute my own mean for each of these. So I can just take the average of each set of data. And then from there I can compute my standard deviation for each. And standard deviation for each. Okay. So now I've got all of my data ready to go. And so from here, now I can go ahead and compute my standard error. So talked about that on previous tabs. I've got kind of references to that formula in previous tabs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the square root of the first group's standard deviation squared divided by n plus the second group's standard deviation squared divided by n. And I take the square root of all of that. And then for my test statistic, so let's see, center everything. You know me, I like everything centered. Okay, so I'll take the first mean minus the second mean. Don't forget your parentheses around all of that. See how I have that here, divided by the standard error. So there's my test statistic. Okay, and now the last thing I need is, since we are in students T, I'm going to need my degrees of freedom. So I am actually going to just put this into my degrees of freedom calculator. So I will, I'm just going to take all of this data for a moment, and I'm just going to paste it into my handy little degrees of freedom calculator that's on the first page of this workbook. So let's see, I can just copy this over. My n is 30 for each group, and then my standard deviation is these two crazy decimals. So I'm just going to paste each of these as values right here so I can see this. So I can see that I have a degrees of freedom of 51.6. So this is quite the degrees of freedom. So let's see, I'll just copy this number here and I'll paste it as values back in my actual tab. Okay, great. So now I have everything that I need for this. And so if I wanted to visualize, what this looks like. So I've really got, here's my students T. So that test statistic of negative 3.228 is somewhere over here. So I'm trying to find the area from that value to the tail of the distribution. And this makes sense because this aligns with the direction of my alternative hypothesis, so I feel good about the direction that I'm going with everything. So from here, this is going to help me get my t-value. So I'm going to take my t.dist, I'm going to use this test statistic, this degrees of freedom, and then I can put in true here. So I get this very tiny p-value, which is definitely less than our 5% significance level. So that means that I can reject the null. So there is enough evidence to suggest that yes, indeed, the online classes had a lower final exam score than the face-to-face classes.